What's going on, everybody? In this video we're going to look over NNDM NNDM Stock. We're going to look at the chart. We're also going to look at this recent news regarding the shareholder vote, and we're looking at an executive as well and some kind of news circulating around this regarding an executive that's taking on another role, CFO and COO. And we're going to look over an article kind of spreading some fear regarding that. But if you guys like these videos, consider hitting the like, subscribe, ring the notification bell. Definitely helps me out a lot. Consider checking out the links down below for some stocks and cryptos, and consider joining my membership if you want to show your support there. Now let's take a look at NNDM. So first off, the shareholder vote. NNDM shareholders re-elect all company director nominees at the 2023 annual meeting. And this is good in my opinion. Murchison did not take over any roles as any type of executives or directors, and to me that's a good thing. And if you're curious about the Murchison saga going on, I'll leave you a video at the end screen or a couple videos, but I've gone over this before. I personally think they're bad actors. They're trying to take advantage of this bear market that all small caps have seen and basically say that the execs are the reason for this. Murchison wanted to take over and try to restore value to the stock, but they did things like holding their own shareholder vote where they skewed the numbers based on the shares that they owned, and trying to use that vote that they created, they fabricated themselves, as a reason why we should vote for Murchison. But if you want more context on that, like I said, I'll leave a video at the end screen. But Nano shareholders have voted to re-elect NNDM's highly qualified director nominees, and shareholders did not approve separate proposals put forth by Murchison to remove other current directors. And the CEO of Nano, Yoav Stern, had this to say: "We are pleased that shareholders have supported the continued service of all the company's directors. The entire board appreciates the confidence that our shareholders have shown in our leadership and strategy. We remain laser focused on maximizing long-term value through the execution of our disciplined merger and acquisition strategy while delivering strong organic growth through our leading technology and innovation efforts. We appreciate the dialogue that we have had with all shareholders throughout this process and remain committed to continuing that engagement moving forwards." Now, I also want to go into something else, and there has been some negative news circulating around this, and I'll show you the article in a second here. But essentially, NNDM just announced a new acting CFO, and the new CFO is someone that's already within the company, and they're a COO already. So let's read this, and then I'm gonna go over Tipranks and this kind of article in my eyes that's spreading FUD a bit. Mr. Pinchas, I like the name like that, so that's how I'm gonna say it, has served as Nano's COO, Chief Operating Officer, for the past year, a leadership position in which he will continue to serve. So he's going to be the COO and CFO moving forwards. And as a veteran finance professional with over 18 years of global experience in finance, merger and acquisitions, and operations management, he has served as CFO at numerous multinational companies. And you might be wondering what happened to the other CFO. Well, they're actually out on maternity leave. It's nothing nefarious. They aren't leaving because of some kind of scandal going on within the company. They're simply leaving because of maternity leave. Now, I want to go over this article real quick by Tipranks saying that NNDM shares plunge on new CFO news. And I personally don't think it plunged on this news. And the day that NNDM dropped, I'm pretty sure was a day that other small caps had a rough day. So it was basically just the motion of the market. But looking at this here, they say, so who is the new CFO that's so polarizing he caused a shareholder revolt? None other than COO Tomer Pinchas. Pinchas will be taking over for Yael Sandler, who recently went on maternity leave. Some are likely concerned about seeing the COO step into the CFO slot, as two functions aren't especially compatible. But look at this right here, just at the way they word things. Some here might even suggest that Sandler picked perhaps the worst possible time to go on leave. How do you pick the worst possible time to go on leave when it's simply maternity leave? You are having a child. So I think that's kind of misleading wording there on Tipranks' part, or the person that wrote this article. But it says, right now, NNDM facing challenges to its board leadership from investment firm Murchison, who according to NNDM is trying to obtain Nano's cash reserves and derail the company's progress while elevating its profile as an activist. On top of that, just a few weeks ago, Nano also landed the biggest order the company has ever seen, as a major industrial operation ordered 6 of their manufacturing robotic tools. And that is basically where the article ends. But just the way they worded things, the way they said, you know, that person chose the worst time to leave when they didn't necessarily choose that time to leave. It is literally for maternity leave. They're having a child. And I just think the wording in this whole article is a bit off. And they're kind of implying that this person can't lead both roles when the COO has also been a CFO before. They have experience in that role, and I personally think that they can manage being a COO and a CFO at the same time. I'm at least going to give them the benefit of the doubt, unlike Tipranks, who says this is a polarizing role and kind of doubting the ability of the previous COO, who will remain a COO, as well as the new CFO. But let me know what you guys think about that article. Does it seem a little misleading to you, like it does to me? And next up, let's look at the chart and what's going on there. And Nndm has been in a kind of a sideways action for a little over a year now. It's really just been range bound. Now what I'm watching for is I really don't want to see it start falling from here. We've seen golden cross after death cross after golden cross after death cross. It really doesn't know where it wants to go. One thing I certainly don't want to see though is a pullback and then a death cross. We saw our last cross, which was a golden cross, back in July of 2023. It peaked up towards the top of this channel. Now it looks like it's on its way down. It does also look like it's trying to maintain the 200 MA, which I do want to see. I want to see it continue moving up from here. If it does break the 200 MA and head back towards the lower point of this channel, we may see another death cross, which wouldn't be good. I am also watching this descending channel that it's created. You can see here that it's bounced off multiple times. I want to see a break out of this descending channel. It does look like it's due to at least push to the upside and test the resistance on this channel. But let me know if you're happy with the shareholder vote. Did you want Murchison to win any of the director positions? You know, and it's funny that there's so much fear in this when they recently had their largest purchase order that they've ever had. To me, that shows that the company is relevant. They're making bigger and bigger sales, which is a great thing to see, despite stock price basically going sideways, if not downtrending still. But let me know how you feel about the shareholder vote. How do you feel about the COO taking on the role of CFO as well? And how are you feeling about the chart? Do you expect essentially more sideways action? Do you expect it to eventually break and hit a new low? Or do you think we're going to break out of this descending channel we're in recently and start pushing higher? Based on where we're at with the Fed, I do expect these small caps to see a recovery somewhat soon, but it really depends on some inflationary data. We do have CPI coming, PPI, as well as PCE. Hopefully those can come out favorable and the Fed can no longer raise rates anymore. The market is now expecting more and more that the Fed is likely to not raise rates, but I do think it depends on this crucial data, and I'll probably be doing a video going over the inflationary data as it comes out, so make sure you stick around for that. But let me know what you think about Nndm. Thanks as always guys for watching, and I'll catch you later.